Hi, today I thought I'd share with you a story that I'm developing in my sketchbook. This is a Stillman and Burns Zeta series mixed media sketchbook. It's got really nice smooth paper and it's quite thick paper, 270 GSM, and I've started mapping out a story with this character. This is pastel, soft pastel, and a little bit of watercolour and pencil. And what I've decided to do is to create this main character and then tell the story through her. But what I discovered in doing that is it's really difficult to create a character and carry them through from page to page so that they're easily recognisable. So what I've devised is a technique so that you, the viewer, can tell it's the same person. So if I introduce another character, you'll know that this is the same character, the main character of the story. So I've given her red hair and this pattern in her dress. So in this image, she's looking directly at us. So in my story, that means she's in the present. So it's like she's talking to us. But in subsequent pictures, if she's looking to the left, that means she's looking to the past, and if she's looking to the right, that means she's looking to the future, or into the story, out of the story and into the story. So you can see the difficulty I had in creating a character that you could tell was the same person from one page to the next. So this is where this texture in the dress and the red hair comes in handy, so hopefully you can tell that it's the same person. Again, I've used two different shades of pastel. I think these are Jackson's Own pastels. And in both of these pictures, you can see she's sort of hovering above the main imagery. And it's like she's looking towards an event that happened in the past and thinking about that, mulling it over. So we've got the houses and the dog and the trees, and the trees are losing their leaves and they're floating towards the right, and the birds are flying towards the right. So it's almost as if events are moving forward, but she's still stuck in the past looking at this past event, and time is moving on. So in this picture, you can see the houses both have lit windows are lit inside, except for this house, and the window at the bottom right is in darkness. So hopefully that sense of ambiguity will kick in and you'll think, well, why is that window in darkness? And who is this character? Is this her and she's looking at an event where she was walking the dog, or is this someone else, another person in the story? So then we get to the next page. Again, I've used the same colours throughout. I will introduce some pops of other colour as the story develops, but obviously I'm still in the early stages here. And like I said, I don't really have a fixed narrative as to where this is going. I'm just making the imagery and hoping that a story is developing through the images. So in this picture you see a character. We don't know if it's the main one or if it's someone else. We don't know if it's her or if it's this one walking the dog. But she's walking towards the house with the darkened window. Now I've used the same pattern in the main character's dress in this path that leads to the house. So again, I hope that gives a sense of ambiguity and sets the viewer thinking, what is going on here? Is she moving? Is she going towards the house, or is this another person in the story that is connected to the main character, which is shown by the pattern in the dress? Now in this image, you can see that this is the main character by her dress and her hair. And she's looking into a room. Now we don't know whether she's actually in this house and she's in this room, or this is her and she's now walking towards, she's in the house and she's looking into a room. But the room is just a frame, and you can see that there is an indication that some time has passed, because there's vines growing through the window and around the frame of the house. And there's a table set with ready for someone to sit and perhaps have a meal. And then we see the window, and there is a scene beyond the window that we cannot see, but it looks as if the sun is either rising or setting. So I'm thinking that maybe that's where I should go with the next image in the story, that I should show you what is happening outside and whether or not the sun is rising or setting. And that's really as far as I've got with this. I'm not sure how it's going to develop. I'm just going to carry on making imagery, using some of the softer colours and so on, with perhaps some pops of stronger colour, just so that it gives it a bit of variety. But I'm not sure where the story is going. But if you've got any ideas, any tips that you can give me, just leave me a message. And if you call back in a few days' time, hopefully I'll have something to show you that the story's moved on. Okay, bye.